guys, if you'd like to know how this beans and plantain was made, stay tuned and continue watching to the end of this video, and trust me, it's worth the wait. You're going to love it. It is so good. Please give us a thumbs up, like, comment and share. If you've not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel. We love you and we appreciate you being here. I hope you learned something today. Hello guys, welcome back to Miko's kitchen. So today we'll be making beans and plantain, and these are the few ingredients you need to make that happen. So right here I've washed my beans and I've put it into my pressure pot so that it can cook faster. If not, without this pressure pot, you can cook this particular beans for like 2 hours and it will not be ready. So if you are in New Delhi, India, please try and get yourself a pressure pot before making beans. And these will have our crayfish, plantain, ripe plantain, and we have our garlic powder, the bouillon cube, the salt to taste, dry grounded pepper, palm oil and onions. So these are all you need to prepare beans. You can add as much onions as you need. I might be adding a little bit more onion later. So onion is very good in making beans. So stay tuned. So guys, while the beans is cooking in the pressure pot, we're going to make other preparations like slice the plantain, the onions and washing the crayfish. So right here I'm just slicing the plantain. So if the plantain is too thick, like a huge chunk of plantain, you can just slice it in half before dicing it in pieces, depending on the size that you want it to be. So this is how I prefer mine. You can make yours bigger or smaller, it doesn't matter. So now I'm just going to prepare the onions and slice it. If you need more onions, please do not hesitate to add more. If you're the type that doesn't like onions, you can as well add less. But in making your beans, it is advised to use more onions. It helps your base comes out more better. It helps in cooking it, as in it does a lot of things. It's just good to add more onions. It adds to the flavor, the taste, the texture. It's good. So in my case, I'm using these 2 big onions, and I'm showing you guys how I like to slice mine when I'm making beans. It's just to cut it in half and then turn the cut part to your palm and start slicing from the back. So this is how I cut mine. You can cut yours round, bigger or smaller, but this is just how I like mine. So when it's cooked, it looks a bit long in the beans. If you like to cut yours like cubes, you can definitely do that. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm just chopping the onions the way I like to do mine. And after this, I'll be blowing out my crayfish. So once it makes that noise like you heard before, the sizzling sound, you know it's ready. And then you take it down, and this actually cooked for approximately 1 hour, even with the pressure pot. So you know how strong the beans is. If you're cooking it with normal pot, trust me, you're going to spend like 3 hours there and it will not be soft. Don't worry about that lid. You can actually fix it back. You can fix and remove, so it didn't go back there. So it's cooked now. It took me 1 hour to cook it. And the thing I love about pressure pot is that it keeps it in the same cube, like it keeps it within the peel. It doesn't burst like when you're making it in the pot. So but it is very soft, but it still remains as if it's not soft, but it is very soft, trust me. So that's one advantage of cooking with pressure pot. It gives you the strong look, but it's soft inside. So now I'm just adding the plantain. I've transferred it into a bigger pot from the pressure pot, and then I added my plantain. Now I'm just adding the chopped onions that I sliced earlier on, and I'm going to add the crayfish, which I have blowed and washed. I didn't show that because I actually blew it outside because of the shafts that comes out of it. So now I'm adding the garlic powder. If you don't like it, you can exclude it. Personally, I like garlic, like I love garlic and onions, so I almost add it to anything I'm doing. So if you don't like garlic, please option it out. So here I'm showing you how to make your cubes, because sometimes these things can be very difficult to open. So what I do is just to clinch two opposite parts of the square together like this, and just keeps doing it like that all around, and it makes it easier. If it's too strong, I just get a hammer and hit it and hit it and it opens. But this works almost 99% of the time. Try it and you'll like it as well. It makes it easier to open these bad boys most of the time. So now I'm just adding the bouillon cube or the Maggi cube, whatever you like to call it, but it is not Maggi. So I just added 2 pieces. You can add more, you can add less, but this is beans. It has its natural sweetness. Most of the time I don't even use Maggi at all, but for video purposes you can add just 1 or 2 and you're good to go. So at this point I just added a little bit of water so that it can cook more because of the plantain and the onions. So you can cover it and let it cook. You'll notice I added everything else except the pepper and the palm oil. So now I'm going to give it a stir. I let it cook for like 5 minutes so that the plantain and the onion could melt. So now I'm going to add pepper, just a little bit of pepper. You don't really need much pepper when you're making beans. You need just a little bit. If you add more pepper to your beans, you have high risk of getting heartburn. So you see there I'm showing you the onions. It has not dissolved totally, so I have to cover it to cook again before I can add my palm oil. So now I'm giving it a good stir, and I think the onions have dissolved a bit before it will melt totally when the base is cooked. So now I've added my palm oil and giving it another stir, and I was still going to add a little bit more palm oil because that was not enough. So I don't like my palm oil to be rolling on top of the beans. I don't like much palm oil. So if you like more, add more. If you like less, add less. So this is it. Going to give it another stir, and it's almost ready. After this, you cover it to cook a little bit more, like 5 minutes more, and it's ready. And remember to put your gas on low heat when the time you added your dried pepper and palm oil. You cook on low heat till it's ready. So there, this is it, your beans and ripe plantain. It's very nice. You can have this with custard, you can have it with bread, what have you, rice, anything. You can have it. You can still have it just like this, the way I'm having mine at the moment, and it was worth the while. It was yummy. Give it a try and let me know how you like it. Okay, bye. Please like and subscribe.